Hey guys, this is Slentay. Today I wanted to talk about my top 5 most anticipated games of 2019. Now, unlike some other lists, this will be about new IPs only, so games like Fire Emblem Three Houses, Bayonetta 3, or Doom Eternal won't be on this list. Without further ado, let's get onto the list. If there is a way to show off a video game in the initial trailer, Platinum Games freaking nailed it with Astral Chain, because that was freaking hype as hell. It looks freaking amazing. Combat looks fast. The game visually looks amazing. The exploration, you're going on top of all these buildings. The whole the story sounds pretty interesting. Hell, we even got a release date in that first initial trailer as well. Platinum Games usually makes a lot of my favorite games, and even when they were Clover Studios, you got games like Beautiful Joe. You got Okami, God Hand, and then when it went into Platinum, they were like Mad World, The Vanquish, the game with quite possibly one of the best soundtracks of all time, Anarchy Reigns, of course Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising. The people they have on it, you got Nier Automata developers on it. It is going to be an amazing game. Platinum almost always delivers when it comes to their original IPs. Definitely a game to look out for this year. You've had an odd influx of games set in feudal Japan recently, with games like Nioh and Sekiro. Sucker Punch's take on it in Ghost of Tsushima seems to go in the more photorealistic approach, and whilst I don't tend to care for that kind of approach when it comes to games, and I'd honestly be surprised if it still looked as good as it does in this trailer by the time we get to play it, it's hard to not say this game doesn't look beautiful in that aspect. Combat looks to be more slow and methodical, which could be cool. There's also some stealth mechanics reminding me of some Sly Cooper-esque gameplay, and that's always a positive for me. Judgment looks great as well. The whole, they're utilizing the Yakuza engine and putting it with something different, making it more like investigation type game. Searching for clues and tracking down targets. And of course you still have your over-the-top Yakuza action as usual. Crazy thing is that this game actually has an English dub, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time they've done this since the very first Yakuza on the PS2. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago when I couldn't play any game that wasn't voiced in English, and now the tables have turned. Now I can't imagine one of these games being voiced in English. I've been getting more into the Yakuza series, and I'm excited to see what they can do post Yakuza 6. When I first saw this game, I was like, wait, is that the Silver the Hedgehog game we've been wanting? But that aside, Control looks really good. The reason why I said that is because the game has the whole telekinesis thing going on, where you can lift objects in the air and fling them at enemies. You can float. You also get to use rubble as a shield. It's pretty cool. One thing that always stood out to me about Control since it was first announced was the overall aesthetic of the game. It's very black and white, and there's all these crazy things moving around. The story seems like it's going to go into some supernatural type stuff, and I'm interested to see where they go with it. It's coming from Remedy, and if Max Payne is anything to go on, the gameplay should be pretty solid. Last up is AI, the Somnium Files. This game is like top 3 most hyped games this entire year, by far, for me. From the same directors that gave you the Zero Escape series, and the same company that put out the Danganronpa series, one of my favorite series of all time. I highly recommend you guys check out this trailer, because it is crazy. It's going to be a detective murder mystery type game, similar to those games. It's gonna bring like so many new twists and turns. I just know it. We hardly know anything about it, but I mean the first trailer gives us the release date, which is exactly what I want. So this is definitely gonna be day 1 on the Switch. Right after this video, go watch this trailer. You won't regret it. So that's it for this video. I'm gonna be taking a 3-week break, and that's due to the fact that I have finals, college finals. So I want to focus on those. But when I come back, I'll have my predictions for E3. So, until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ghost is Ghost is. This name is so hard. This name is so fucking hard to say.